Hey guys, I'm going to do a quick review on Rain. I enjoyed this episode again. It was pretty much about all of Mary's ladies getting hitched to these men who can provide them with much greater lives, except for Kenna, who, well, I mean, she ended up with Bash, which isn't bad, but he is the bastard son and he has no title. So for a woman who has been searching for a man with a big title, she basically got the lowest end of the stick. The other girls, Lola ended up taking Greer's sloppy seconds, and Greer ended up going with the man who wanted to marry her in last week's episode, but she turned him down because her mom had already arranged for her to get married to this new guy, but then he caught her in the throes of passion with the guy in the kitchen. Can't remember his name. And so that whole wedding was called off. So now Lola has his sloppy seconds just in time so that she can, consummate a marriage that's fake and get pregnant and then act as though that child is his. Oh, to be a woman back in the day. So, of course, Mary was concerned with King Henry in this episode because he's, again, a little off of his rocker. We're not quite sure what is wrong with him, but he thinks he's got like this god complex, and he even threatened to kill Bash. And it turns out that he was the one who sent the guards to kill Bash when he was leaving the castle, a few episodes ago, when Bash actually thought it was Francis who did it. But it wasn't. It was his father. And it's because there's something wrong with him right now. And it looks like Queen Katherine has met her met her match, I should say. So they have this thing, I guess, this festival or some luck of the draw. And a woman gets to basically become Henry's woman for a night or what have you. And I think she's called his bean or something. Anyway, Catherine is trying to, what she does best, manipulate these women. And she's like, most women only get one night, but I want you to think long term. And little does she know, this woman has got her own scheme and plans up her sleeve. And she's got Henry convinced that she is her queen, and she is his queen, and that Catherine is like sloppy seconds once again, and he's like second face with this woman, and she's calling out Catherine, making it sound like she wanted, which is true, that she wanted Catherine to slip her some poisonous thing in Henry's wine. And so this, of course, sets a whole plan in motion where Catherine gets knocked out from the own drug that she was trying to have Henry take, and Mary finds her. It's a disaster. So now it looks like Bash, like I said, is married to Kenna because Henry's crazy right now. There's something going on with him and he's just a little loopy. And I'm not quite sure how long this is going to play out, but it was hilarious. And then we had Nostradamus with that woman from the woods, and he's all concerned with the dark evil that is lurking around. And she has found some kind of feeling towards Nostradamus, so they had shared an intimate moment, a little kiss here in the episode. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with that, because Nostradamus feels and seems like somebody who doesn't want any happiness for himself. He's just always concerned with everybody else, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So basically, all the ladies in waiting are now either married or about to get married to their men of stature, and it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Good golly. And there was some nice scenes between Bash and Francis in this episode, because that they've been feuding with one another. There was even a moment when they went out on this in the snow, and then Francis fell through the ice and Bash rescued him, and then they had this great moment by the fire and they were bonding, and then this is when Crazy Dad came charging through. But of course, Bash can't stay angry that long at Francis, even though he tells Mary at the end that he's now stuck living in this castle, married to a woman that he doesn't love, and watching that a woman that he does love be with another man. And she's like, I thought you said you were over me. And he's like, well, I lied. So there's still going to be that interesting triangle that happens there. And then, of course, we all know what could possibly happen once Francis finds out that Lola is actually carrying his child. should be interesting. And of course, you keep hearing Mary talk about how, I guess, disappointed she is that she hasn't produced an heir yet for Francis. So that's still lurking in the back of her mind. And now she's, I think it's going to start to concern her. And who knows what she's going to do, what kind of desperate measures she'll go to try to get an heir for Francis. All right, guys, let me know what you thought of this week's episode, and I will see you till next time. Okay, bye.